Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another week of gaming news. It's been a couple weeks since I did one of these. Well, 1 week. This is the second week. Gaming news has been really slow. One of my buddies, Mary Yeager, had reminded me that, you know, there's pretty slow news at the time. E3 is coming up. It's super close. And I'm sad to say I'm not going to be going. That sucks. It really sucks. Not this year. Not going to be able to make it. It was close, but no cigar, I suppose. I kind of never really liked that damn phrase. I don't know why that just popped up into my brain. Anyways, so I literally only had 2 things to talk about last week that happened in the gaming news. So what I'll do is I'll just throw it into today's news. Also, I have a new work schedule right now that I'm adjusting to. I'm still adjusting to my new work schedule. It's completely different. It's just a weird shift. I like it. I'm comfortable with it. I still have to get my sleeping pattern around it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. I don't have any special video stuff going on in the background, no images for the specific news this week. I'm just gonna talk about the news, so sit back, listen, hang out, and we'll go over some of the news that's happened lately. And geez, yeah, this really sucks. So first let's talk about, let's see, there's just a few things. Like I said, the news has been really slow, man. It's been crazy. Now the E3 is coming up and there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of news coming out, but nothing that's really specific. You know, there's no, it's all just, oh, this will be at E3, this will be at E3, but you know, that's it. Like, okay, yay, you know. Fallout 4 was announced. There's a video for it, a trailer for it. So at least, you know, everybody can hold off on that and stop begging for it. You know, it's been years. People have been begging for years. Next thing we need is just Half-Life 3. Where's Half-Life 3 at? I don't know. But with Fallout 4 out, maybe Half-Life 3 will happen. Never know. Alright, so the first bit of news, let's go. We have Microsoft says it will not be saving Silent Hills. Now this is, they confirmed it. There was a lot of rumors saying that Microsoft might have bought it out and whatever. But Microsoft came back and said, nope. Sorry guys, we're not going to be saving the Silent Hills. And that's not to say that another Silent Hill game will never happen. It's just the one with, I forget their names, but whatever. Microsoft isn't saving Silent Hills. Another piece of news, all Borderlands games had Epic Loot drop increase. A drop rate increase on all Epic Loot. Every Borderlands game. 1, 2, the pre-sequel, they all have a better drop rate for the Epic weapons. Wildstar has been confirmed going free to play, so that's kind of cool. And there was a bunch of talk about Nintendo's next console running on the Android operating system, which just blew my mind. I was like, no, you know, I was so mad. But Nintendo has already, they denied it. They said no, it's not going to happen. There was somebody was talking about how they wanted to get the Android, or they were working with Android because of the mobile thing. Nintendo, you know, getting all their stuff on the mobile apps, and they're moving into mobile and all that. It became some kind of, it was in a discussion about their next console as well. And what they were saying was that due to the fact that, you know, they lacked so much third party support because because their system was hard for people to port their games to it. Apparently, that's what I doubt it was hard to do it. It's just the fact that, you know, the developers you know, they're not going to see it worth taking the time to strictly port a game from one console to another and PC as well. You know, that's why we get all these console ports and stuff. So that's what they were talking about. They said, you know, we want to go with an operating system that will make it easier for more and more developers, more third parties can make their games for our system. And that's why there was talk about the next Nintendo system being based on Android. Thankfully, it's not going to be, as long as Nintendo isn't lying. There were some comments talking about it. People said that Nintendo don't usually address rumors, but since this was a huge one, they were like, no, shut it down. You know, no, we're not doing that. I'm glad about it because that just kind of made me want to throw up a little bit. I'm not against mobile games or anything, and I do see it as being the future. I do see eventually all games will be mobile. You know, I do see that coming. I see cloud gaming is just cloud gaming mobile. That's where we're heading. But it's not quite there yet. You know, we're still not getting PS4, Xbox One graphics on mobile devices and stuff. except for, you know, if we're playing it through the cloud. You have to actually do cloud gaming, such as on live. That's gone now, but we'll talk about this real quick too. Gamefly has up to their cloud gaming platform. They have just a very tiny amount of games on their cloud gaming platform. I think it's around 16 to 20. The last I checked, it was 16. Hopefully they've added a few more since I checked, but it was like 16 games or something, and it's only available on the Amazon Kindle Fire. But they're getting started though, and that's nice to see, because I love cloud gaming. When I first joined up with OnLive and found them, I was just blown away. So I look forward to cloud gaming. I think it's incredible. I've always, since the second I started playing on their system, like I was like, this is the future. This is epic. You know, a lot of people complain about latency and that kind of thing, but that's their connection to the servers. That's even if they have like a good, oh, my download speed is so good, that doesn't actually matter if you're not connected to the server that you're, you know, like the server could be across the world, and if you can't connect to it properly, have a good enough connection to that server, then it's going to be an issue. But if you are close enough to the server and you can connect to the server well, it's freaking awesome. It's really impressive stuff. Let's see. Oh, Infinite Crisis is shutting down. Not cool, man. It's like one of the few MOBAs that I actually enjoyed. I also really like Heroes of the Storm as a MOBA. I don't play it, but I think it's a really cool MOBA. But yeah, so Infinite Crisis was really neat. DC comic book characters and stuff. In the alternate DC worlds, you know, they had like the Nightmare Batman, the Gaslight world stuff characters in it. I never got into the Gaslight DC comics, so I was never sure what that stuff was. But they also had the regular characters in it as well, and it was just a neat game. It was pretty cool, but they're shutting it down already. It didn't even last a year, you know. I mean, it was in beta for a long time, but when they released it, they officially put it out, and it went nowhere apparently, which really sucks, because it's actually, I mean, DC comic fans that are also MOBA fans should enjoy the game. You know, I don't know. I played it, and for a MOBA, like, I didn't think it was really any different than any other MOBAs. I've played them. I've played Dota. I've played League of Legends. And I'm like, I like this more because I like the DC comic book characters, you know, that's why I liked it more. Heroes of the Storm, same thing. Like, I'm not a big MOBA player right now, but I loved Heroes of the Storm because I could recognize the characters, I could recognize their skill sets, you know, and I was like, oh wow, this is badass, you know. I literally played as one of the Naxxramas bosses from World of Warcraft in Heroes of the Storm. So I was like, holy crap. So stuff like that, you know, I mean, if you enjoy the characters, like, you would enjoy the game. I don't know what people were saying, like, oh, it's not as good as League of Legends, not as good as, it's the same exact damn thing, just reskinned, pretty much, you know. Of course, they have a couple different things that they added and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, you know, you can't complain about one MOBA that's the same as another, saying it's so much worse when they're the same damn games, dude. It's like, I don't know, I mean, you know, having a preference, yes, but to say a game is worse than another when they're the same mechanics, same kind of familiar style and all that, it's just silly. So anyways, that sucks. Infinite Crisis being shut down. Another bit of news, this was you probably already heard about this. This was pretty big. Steam refunds are now a thing. Like, Steam will refund your games. There are two things that you need to know. They won't just refund every game just for the heck of it. You cannot have more than 2 hours played on the game, which is perfectly fine. You know, you basically go test the game for an hour or two, you know, and check it out. And if you're not happy with it, if you're like, you know what, screw this game kind of sucks, you know, you can get a refund, which is kind of cool. You also have to request the refund within 14 days of purchase. And there were some comments on this, people saying, well, what about the games that are only 2 hours long? There aren't many games that I've played that are 2 hours long. Even Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is like between 3 and 4 hours. You could probably beat it in 2.5 hours if you just rush through it, possibly 2 hours, but either way, that doesn't matter. I mean, I can't see anybody playing that game and then asking for a refund. Like, who could possibly play through Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons and then be like, I want my money back? No, it's impossible. No, and then, you know, so a lot of people were saying, well, you know, people could just beat a game in 2 hours. Well, for me, if you can beat a game in 2 hours, you probably shouldn't be charging it for it in the first place. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, I mean, of course they should charge for it. I'm just saying, Like, come on, man. Beat a game in 2 hours, better be cheap or excellent. You know, something like Brother, A Tale of Two Sons, or Wolf, the Red Hood Diaries. I love that game. It's freaking cool. I still need to complete that. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Steam doing refunds now. You cannot have more than 2 hours played. I would suggest not even trying to take it to the last second. 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. You know, whatever. That'd be silly. And Steam will be monitoring. You know, Valve will be monitoring how often people ask for refunds, how many games they buy, and then come back and say, oh, I want a refund, you know, whatever. Which I really don't see that being an issue. I really don't. It could be, some people might be dumb about it, but I don't see it being a major issue. Let's see. Batman Arkham Knight coming out this month. I cannot wait to play it. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait. And I recently, actually, I think this month, I beat Arkham City again for the second time finally, and before that I'd beaten Arkham Asylum for a second time, and Arkham Origins I beat for the fourth or fifth time. I lost track of how many times I beat that game. And what I had done with Batman Arkham Origins is I had already started New Game Plus, and apparently I was really far into it and I didn't realize, so I went back. I was gonna go play it, and then it was over, and I was like, oh man, it'd been a while, it'd been months since I played it, but I played it like start to finish 3 times, at least 3 times, if not 4. From start to finish. I really enjoy that game. So Batman Arkham Knight will not have any loading screens. That's awesome. I love that. There's you know, and there's a lot of open world games nowadays that are like that, but you know, it's really iffy, because sometimes you'll go into a little extra mission and there will be a loading screen and stuff like that. Not always a big deal, but throughout the open world, Batman Arkham Knight will not have any loading screens, which is pretty cool, which also probably means that when you first boot the game, it's probably going to take like 5 damn minutes to load, you know, whatever, GTA 5 style, you know, or GTA 4, you know, when you first load those games up, it takes forever. But that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And last little bit of news that I just thought I was excited for is Aisha Tyler will be at E3. Number Girl Wood, yes, hashtag Girl Wood. I couldn't believe it when she was there a couple years ago, or a few years ago, I forget, 2 or 3 years ago, where she went up and she was talking about a video game. And she seemed really enthusiastic, so I was into her. She's representing Ubisoft games, and she was up there. And people weren't. I remember reading articles about her after E3 ended, and they were like, what's this girl doing, you know, she was so stupid and all this stuff, and I was like, she was the best one there, man. She was enthusiastic. She, like, it sounded like she actually knew about the games, what she was talking about and stuff. And you know, I've seen her talk about video games on her Facebook page, or see, you know, I wouldn't know, I don't doubt she's a hardcore gamer, but I'm sure she actually really truly enjoys them. And it's so cool. So she's gonna be back at E3 this year with Ubisoft, so I'm excited for that. She's a super funny chick. She's really cool. She's also an actress. She does, you know, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I'm glad to see that she'll be back at E3. I can't wait to see her represent, because the first time I saw her at E3 representing, I was like, dude, I love this woman. You know, that was friggin' awesome. And that's it for the gaming news. It went a little bit longer than I expected, but you know, I did have some opinions on stuff. You know, so I do apologize right now for it takes a little, all the stuff that I do for my videos and stuff. It is really easy to do, but it does take time. It does, even the simple things that I do, it takes time. And I just, right now, I'm really limited, man. Like I said, I got my new work schedule, and it's just taking quite a bit of time to adjust to. So I'm sorry, I apologize for not having like a more relative pictures in the background here, but I really appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me and listening and checking out some of the gaming news that's happened. We'll see what happens during E3. I've been upset that I haven't had the time even to get more articles on my website, because I just started getting back into writing on my website again, like more often. And then my work schedule changed, and it's like, ah, crap, now I'm screwed again. So I need to get adjusted to this whole situation. Hopefully it doesn't take longer than another damn month, man. It's been a couple weeks right now, about 2 or 3 weeks, I think, with my new schedule, and I'm still adjusting to it. So it's, you know, whatever. One thing I do want to share real quick, or I guess 2 things. I finally updated the point system. It's on my website. You can check out the details for when you come and join me in Twitch and hang out during my live streams. You can actually purchase PC games. I have one Xbox One game that's available. 4 points. You earn points while being in my live stream and chatting with me and stuff. So you can actually use those points and buy PC games. and the details on our website. I'll put the link below. If you're on Facebook and Twitter, you follow me on Facebook and Twitter, you've already seen the link, hopefully. And lastly, and not for any particular reason, just because it was, I had to go through all the other stuff first. I wanted to make a separate video. I probably will still. I am officially partnered with Green Man Gaming, and I'm so excited. I first saw the Green Man Gaming tweet out about, looking for people to partner with them for Twitch and YouTube and stuff. They were offering, discounts and possibly free games and stuff like that when you're partnered with them. And I love Green Man Gaming. I freaking love Green Man Gaming. I've been promoting them for years because they have great sales. Just as good as Steam's, off times if there's a week that Steam doesn't have a good sale for whatever, Green Man Gaming is the place to be. There's a few different sites to do, and Green Man Gaming is awesome. I've been following them for a long time. They're pretty cool. So I'm partnered with them. I got a coupon code of my own to get people 20% off when they go to the site and make a purchase. But the problem there is you need to use my actual specific URL for it to count towards me. So as if I'm getting you to their site, So I have a URL. It's on my Twitch stream. It's on my Facebook and Twitter, and it's basically a Green Man Gaming link, just specific to my account though. So hopefully you guys will help me out there. Go use my link. I'll be sharing it every time there's a sale on Green Man Gaming that I recommend. I'll be sharing my personal link and saying, hey, this game's on sale, go check it out. Anyways, so I'm excited for it because I love Green Man Gaming. So anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you have a great week. And let me know what you think about some gaming news. Let me know what I've missed because, like I said, I've been busy. Anyways, have a good one. And thanks again, as always. Have an awesome week, day, and month, and all that kind of stuff. I'll see you later. And game on, peoples. Bye.